What is going on, Nav Nation, and welcome back to another video. One of the biggest things that separates the novice and the great Pokemon card collectors, investors, and resellers out there is access to strong data and analytics. And whether you're tracking prices, whether you're tracking trends, or whether you're just trying to get a pulse on the overall market, data and analytics is one of the biggest characteristics that separates the good from the great. And although we do have resources out there that many of you have probably utilized in the past, things like Pokemon Price and or eBay, there are limitations to both of these different resources. Namely, with something like Pokemon Price, you're not getting access to the most recent Pokemon cards or sealed products. And if you're using something like eBay, although you have access to this, it is very clumsy and a very arduous process to try to search through these various Pokemon products. So what do we do? Where do we go for this information? Well, today, guys, I have the solution for you, and that is PokéData.io. This is a new platform that really brings together everything that you've been looking for to track your collection, to track prices, and to track trends, and all in doing it in a user-friendly manner. So today, guys, we are going to go through this new resource, PokéData, so that you, the Nav Nation, and you, the Pokemon community, have your one-stop shop for tracking everything Pokemon card related. But before we jump into that, make sure you show your support for this channel by giving me that double slap attack. That's right, one for that like button, one for that subscribe button, and if you want to be notified every single time a PokéNav video drops, go ahead and thunder punch that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. Alright, guys, and here we are on PokéData.io, and if you guys are interested in the link for this website, I've included it down in the video description below so that you guys have an easy way of accessing this awesome site. So right here on the homepage, very simple. Again, what I like about it mainly is that it is so user-friendly when compared to something like Pokemon Price or especially eBay. Really, all of the information that you need can be accessed right from the home screen. And as you can see here, we're going to look through all of the data, the analytics on the sets, sealed products, or you can actually go and you can search by individual cards itself. So if you're unsure of a particular set that a Pokemon card comes from, you can go ahead and just search that card itself, maybe that Pokemon, that trainer card, what have you, right here from this search bar. Let's go ahead and start off first here by going into sets. Now, what I love most about this is that you have every single Pokemon set from the newest one, Evolving Skies, all the way back to the original Pokemon base set. And what you'll see here is that you not only have just something like base set Unlimited, but you also have base set Shadowless and base set First Edition. Now, this is one of the only places that I know of that has every single set that has been released by Pokemon, and you can access this set really all from one page, which I really like. Now, one thing that I will note here is that you do have the Black Star promos as well, but from what I can see, it looks like Sword and Shield promo as well as the Sun and Moon Black Star promos are the only ones on here. So if you're looking for other Black Star promos from previous sets, you are not going to find these on here. From what I understand from the owners and creators of PokéData, they will be updating this information soon and really updating the entire website to include all of these other Black Star promos. The other thing that you will not see on here is Japanese cards for all of the various Japanese counterparts to the English releases. Again, I have talked to the owners, and that is something that they are working on and looking to include in the near future. But let's just go ahead and jump into Evolving Skies, the newest set to release by Pokemon. And what you'll see here is all of the cards, and what we're showing here first is the value from high to low. Now, you can go ahead and change this if you want to see it by alphabetical, reverse alphabetical. For me personally, I want to see the value from high to low for all of the cards in this set. Now, you can also go ahead and change that by the condition, whether you're looking for a raw card, PSA 9, PSA 10, and for the newer sets of Pokemon, you'll also be able to search by the TCG player prices as well. For now, we'll just go ahead and leave it at raw, and let's go ahead and look through some of these cards so that you guys can get a better idea of exactly how the website operates. So we'll start off first with the Rayquaza VMAX, card number 218. 14. Now, what you'll see here is the data points for this card, and this is going all the way back to August 14th of this year, all the way up to September 4th. And you guys can go ahead and manipulate this how you choose. You'll see this with other cards where you'll be able to toggle between raw, PSA 9, PSA 10, and what's great about the new ones is you're not only getting the price points for eBay, but you're also getting it for TCG Player as well. So you're really getting both aspects of two of the largest places that you're going to be buying Pokemon cards from on the internet. And as you can see here, with eBay, you're seeing both the average price, the minimum price, and the maximum price points that have been purchased at for these particular cards. So for the Rayquaza, the average price point here is $293. The minimum that it was purchased for, $137, and the maximum is $497 over on TCG Player. The average here looks to be $250. What's great also, you guys can scroll through the various different price points, the various different sold listings that have occurred, and you can see exactly where it's trending. And that's another thing that is so important when whether you're a collector, whether you're an investor, is seeing the trend on various cards and for various sealed products. And you can see when those shifts have occurred in the market, and you can also correlate that to different events that might have happened within the Pokemon card hobby. Down here below, you will be able to see all of the listings for the sold products, and you'll be able to see who sold those, especially if it's coming from eBay. You'll see the seller handles here. You'll see the sale price that it occurred at. You'll also see the eBay item ID, so you'll be able to go in and actually access that sold listing. You'll see the number of bids. Now, very often, if you're seeing something at no auction, this was just a price that was paid for this particular auction, or for this particular item. No actual auction was had, and you'll see for those that there were an auction, you'll see the number of bids that actually occurred. And over here, you'll also see the PSA grade. In other sets, you'll see if it was raw, PSA 9, PSA 10 in this particular category, and then also the date that it was sold at. So there is just a snapshot of what you can expect when you're looking to access a particular card. Let's go ahead and jump back to our main page here, where we can access all of the various sets. And let's just go back to some of the earlier sets. We'll just go ahead and start with the creme de la creme, the alpha set, base set first edition. What I love here again is you're seeing the values high to low for all these cards. Let's go ahead and show the price for all the PSA 10s. And what you'll see here is that the raw prices and the PSA 10, PSA 9 prices, they will change the cards that you're viewing in order here. So again, we'll go ahead and go with the Charizard first edition. This is the gold standard for everyone out there, and you can go ahead and see exactly where the price points are. And again, what you weren't seeing before with the Rayquaza card for some of the newer sets is the raw, the PSA 9, and the PSA 10. If you want to just view maybe PSA 10 prices that were sold, you can go ahead and change that. If you want to include in PSA 9s, or if you want to include everything, you can go ahead and toggle between those right here. You can also show the daily averages that these products are being sold for if you so choose. And again, right up here at the top gives you a great snapshot of exactly what you're going to be looking at for this particular card. Not only is that important if you're looking to sell a card, but also if you're looking to buy as well. You can get an idea of, hey, am I paying maybe over market price based upon the average? Am I paying under? It really gives you a better idea, especially for the lay person in the Pokemon card hobby, to understand exactly where they're at and exactly what they're paying or selling for each of these cards, so that you, as the consumer, the seller, you have a better idea of exactly where you are at. And again, you can see all of the different sold listings down here, all of the information that you would need in order to really come to a good conclusion as to what's best for you, what prices are best for you, what prices are best to be sold or bought at. So let's go ahead and go back again to our main page here, and again, you guys have access to every single set in here. Now, the one thing that I do want to make mention here, one of the limitations that I have noticed, let's just go ahead and click on Hidden Fates. We'll go to the Charizard. One of the things that you've probably noticed by now is that it only goes back so far here on PokéData, whereas if you were to go to something like Pokemon Price, or even to perhaps in some cases on eBay, you'll be able to go back a little bit further in time. But most of the prices that you're going to see and most of the data that you're going to access is going to be in the year 2021, and that's just where their algorithm, that's where their data points are going to be captured from, is basically from sold listings from this year on the various platforms. So as you'll see, most of these will go back mainly as far as early 2021, some as early as late in 2020. But if you're looking to go back even further than that, which to be honest, there's not a ton of reasons to go back even further than that. Really, you want to see, especially if you're looking to sell, what the current market prices are and where those have trended. But if you are looking to go back, that is one of the limitations that I have noticed on this particular website. So it's not a huge deal, but for those of you out there that are looking for more long-term data on particular cards or sealed products, then you might want to use this as an adjunct to other sites like Pokemon Price. All right, so now that we've gone through the sets and you guys have seen that you can access the particular cards from every single set, from Evolving Skies all the way back to base set first edition, let's go ahead and take a look at something that is very unique to this website, and that is the sealed products. And as you guys can see here, mainly a lot of newer stuff. There are some older products on here that you can also access, but this is so fantastic, both from a buying standpoint as well as a selling standpoint, of being able to see where these sealed products have gone. And one of the things that I've talked about a lot is your initial purchase price on a lot of modern sealed products. To me, that's so important in really getting a better idea of where I'm going to end up over the long term. If I'm buying a particular product at the top of the market, then I'm less inclined to purchase into that. I'd rather wait for that particular product to drop, or I would rather look into other products that are maybe at a lower cost basis. So right off the bat, we've got the Battle Styles booster box, and as you guys can see here, the average price for this, $106. Looks like the minimum it was sold for was $63 and the maximum $140. And you guys can track this all the way from March of this year until September 3rd, and you can see where these prices went, from its initial release or around its release, upwards of $150, $160, to where we got that second wave of Battle Styles and you really started to see the price drop off. And again, you can see that correlation here, and you can really use this data and use it as an adjunct to different events that are happening in the Pokemon card hobby to get a better idea of exactly why this is occurring and also where it's going from then on. And as you can see here, we started to bottom out. You're seeing some of those low prices around $60, and now we've started to creep back up again around July, August. Prices are starting to come back up, and now some of the most recent price data is back upwards of around $120 for a Battle Styles booster box. Now we will have that third wave of Battle Styles that's coming out soon, so it'll be interesting to see where these data points start to reflect once that third wave is released. Let's go ahead and go back and go through a few other products here. Now you've got Battle Styles, which is a newer one. Let's go ahead and check on Evolving Skies, which again is the newest set to release. The minimum price that this has been sold for was $115, the maximum $207, and the average is around $150. Now, Evolving Skies was released on August 27th, so as you can see here, a lot of these early sold listings were quite expensive because the set just hadn't been released yet. People were wanting to get in on these, but then once you started to see that release, then you started to see those prices reflect, and it just continues to go up, right? I mean, there's a sold listing there for $207, but it is hanging pretty steady right around $150 price point, and it will probably be some time before we see a subsequent wave of Evolving Skies, and I would not be surprised if you started to see these prices climb even higher over the next couple months. Now let's go ahead and move back a little bit. Let's go to one you guys all know I am a big fan of, and that is Evolutions. So again, there is some limitations here because earlier this year, even late into last year, Evolutions booster boxes were going for over $1,000. This one is going to take you back to April of this year. And as you can see, the minimum price that these booster boxes have been sold for, $560, maximum $765. And again, this isn't necessarily indicative of maybe the previous 6 months to April that aren't being reflected here, but over this course of time since April, these are really good data points. And if you guys scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the number of listings, or the number of sold listings rather, that have occurred for this particular product. So 161, which is a pretty good marker for these data points, and again going all the way back to April. And also with that, it's again a great point to understand what you're buying these for. Maybe at that point where Evolutions booster boxes were at $1,000, probably not the best point to buy, but what we've seen here is the prices have gone down and have remained pretty steady since April, really again hanging right around that $600, $700 price point. So now you may take a look at this and say, you know what, $600, $700 is much more within my range of where I'd like to purchase that, versus the $1,000 high that it was selling at not too long ago. And we'll go ahead and go back and just check on a few more of these. Another big one here that I want to highlight, Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes. Look at the data points on this particular product. Again, we'll scroll down. You're looking at 2,683 sold listings here. The minimum $45, maximum $83 on average. Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes going for around $61. And just look at those price points. Again, you can go ahead and show the daily average for each of these so that it gives you a little bit more clear snapshot. You don't have so many data points there, but again, you can see exactly how this has trended, and you started to see a little bit of a trough here right around July, and now this is starting to pick back up again. Even though many of these Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes were relisted back on Pokemon Center, you're starting to see a climb once again in the price point of this particular product. All right, guys, so now I think you've got a pretty good idea about the sealed product section on PokéData.io. We've also discussed the sets and the individual cards from that sets. Let's go ahead and go back to the home screen here, and you guys might be asking yourself, well, what if I'm looking for a particular card that I don't know what set it came from? Maybe it's a little bit more obscure. Well, that is where this comes in really handy. You can just basically search the entire plethora of cards and or products on PokéData.io, and you can do it right here. And so let's just say I'm interested in a particular Mewtwo card, which Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon, but I don't know what set it came from. Well, I'll start off, I'll just go ahead and search for Mewtwo. And as you can see here, you're going to get a listing now of every Mewtwo card that has been released for all the various sets. So let's just take one that is maybe a little more obscure that not a lot of people are going to know about. Let's just go ahead and take something like, I don't know, the Team Rocket Returns Mewtwo EX. And as you can see here, again, you're going to get all of the data points that you need. So if I'm going out and I'm saying I want to get the Mewtwo EX from Team Rocket Returns, well, now I can get an idea of what I'm looking at here, both in a raw form as well as PSA 10. Now, it doesn't look like there's any PSA 9 prices that are reflected on here, but also I can get an idea of what a PSA 9 price point might look like if that's the route that I'm looking to go, or if I'm just looking to pick up a card raw. Well, now I know what it's looking like on TCG Player and also what I'm looking at on eBay. So on average, I'm probably looking at, in a near mint to maybe even gem mint status, probably around $66, right around $70. And if I just want to go out and I want to pick that up in a PSA 10, well, guess what? On average, I'm going to be looking at around $2,100 that I'm going to be paying for that product. And again, I can come down here and I can look at all the different listings and I can use that as my data point to determine what I'm going to be paying or what I'm going to be selling for this particular Mewtwo card. And as you guys can see here, I got a long ways to go. There's a bunch of Mewtwo cards on here, and the great thing about this website is I can come on here really quickly, access this information when I need it. The other thing that is great about this website is for those of you out there that maybe sell on Whatnot and you're selling individual cards, well, maybe if you're unsure of the price point that you should be selling that at, well, hey, let's just go ahead and jump onto PokéData real quick and access this information. Or if you're buying cards on auctions, well, you can jump on here and see if that is overpriced, underpriced, or where it really sits, because a lot of the time you don't have a ton of time to actually access this information. So again, it's so great to have this on PokéData.io where you can access it very quickly. So we'll go back again to the home page. The last thing that I want to highlight here is that they do have different avenues that you can contact them. They have their email right here. So if you just go ahead and click on that, it will take you to PokéData.io@gmail.com should you want to ask any of your questions. And they also have a Discord group, which I will go ahead and pull up now. So you can just access this here, and it looks like they've got 309 members as of the recording of this video, so they are on their way. And again, guys, I think this is going to be a great resource for many of you out there. It really brings together a lot of different facets of the Pokemon card world, and it does it all in a very seamless, very easy to use manner. So guys, let me know what you thought of today's video. Let me know what you think of PokéData.io. In my personal opinion, I think this is a fantastic website. It really brings together all of those different facets that you're looking for to track trends, to track prices, to get a pulse on the market, and it does so in a very seamless fashion, which I think is going to be great for those of you out there that may just be getting started in the hobby, that might not have the aptitude or all of the experience in this hobby that many of the rest of us have. And even for myself, having years of experience in here, I can tell you right now, this is the type of website that I've been looking for. So make sure that you check them out. Again, the link is down in the video description below. Let them know that PokéNav sent you if you join their Discord group. And other than that, guys, I will see you all next time. My name is PokéNav. I'm here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.